Good morning and welcome, and thank you, Uncle Mugi, for that wonderful welcome to country. I would also like to pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. And I would also like to extend my respect and acknowledgement to all First Nations participants here today. On behalf of the Business Council of Cooperatives and Mutuals, RAA and all the event partners, I'm thrilled to welcome you to this flagship event. It's an important time for purpose-led business models. We thought the greed is good ethos was behind us, but is it? Our world is still dominated by big business and shareholder interest, and trust is in freefall. So now, more than ever, we should look to cooperatives and mutuals and the role they can play in our economies and our communities. Of course, it's also the United Nations International Year of Cooperatives. So what an opportunity to showcase our sector, prove we are building a better world and that we can and should play a bigger role in the economy. The locals in the room are very familiar with RAA. You're probably all members, I would hope so. We are the Royal Automobile Association of South Australia, with the largest and oldest mutual and one of the most trusted brands in the state. It's a bit of a cliche, but I like probably most, when I joined the board, it was to make a difference. And like many of the companies here today, we began life as a maverick. But today we have 834,000 members and represent more than 70% of South Australian households. We've come a long way since 1903, founded by a small group of motoring pioneers. We like to think we helped solve range anxiety the first time back then, and we are ready to do it again through electrification. At our core, we're still mavericks, taking up the causes that matter most to our members. As RAA Chair, I'm particularly proud of the way we represent our members and advocate on the issues that matter most to them. To be trusted and relevant for more than a century, you have to evolve and lead. Heritage isn't enough, and perhaps means even less to the next generation. But our purpose to be better for members and better for our community hasn't changed. We do this through our services, policy advocacy and social impact, but we are making big decisions about our future and what our members need for the next 120 years. You'll hear from some of RAA's leaders and other speakers today and about some of the challenges for the modern mutual and how we are facing into them. For RAA, with a history of roadside assistance, it was critical to expand our services and position ourselves for electrification and convergence of the car and home. Last year, we launched RAA Energy out of a desire to give South Australians access to a trusted, fair and transparent electricity plan. Our EV space has also rapidly evolved. Kick-started with a competitive capital grant from the state, we recently completed the rollout of the state's first border-to-border EV charging network, RAA Charge, and there's more to come. We also transitioned to a company limited by guarantee, which was an important step for us, and I'm sure others have been through the same process. We've modernised RAA and our governance to match the size and complexity of the business. It also gives us access to new funding sources like mutual capital instruments, which over time can enable organisations like ours to grow and scale and take on new opportunities. Another critical step was our new insurance partnership with Allianz, underwriting our home and motor insurance business, with our people and services staying here in South Australia under our trusted RAA brand. RAA achieved an industry-leading return on its investment in our insurance business, and it was one of the largest commercial transactions in South Australia for many years. It provided an important injection of capital into the state, rebuilding our balance sheet and providing a legacy investment which we will return in value to our members and through our community programs and giving. Now more than ever, we're engaging with our members and understand what matters most to them. Member engagement and long-term stewardship is critical for any member cooperative or mutual. We have an incredibly loyal membership, including a group we call our Gold 50. Who've been with us continuously for more than 50 years. It is a great reminder of the power of the mutuals. Just last week, I hosted several events and spoke with hundreds of our Gold 50 members. The trust and loyalty they place in RAA is humbling. These are the same people who volunteer in the community and in so many invisible roles we take for granted. We deeply feel this responsibility to them and our social responsibility to the wider South Australian community. As well as engaging with our members, developing connections and working together across the cooperatives and mutual sectors is becoming increasingly important. We don't just learn from each other, we can create scale and do things differently. And that's what the Business Leaders Summit aims to do. This is the only cross-sector event of its kind, bringing together a diverse mix of CEOs, managers and directors with leading business thinkers, politicians, media, representatives and researchers. Today we have an opportunity to share our experiences of strong, sustainable, purposeful leadership and ignite the conversation around transformative growth and increased political recognition of cooperatives and mutuals. Panel discussions will delve into the co-op and mutual economy, explore the connection of government and the power of those partnerships. Finally, we'll explore raising the profile of the work we do, what we call performance for purpose, and how we can ensure our sustainability. Our General Manager of Community and Corporate Affairs is on this panel, and it's the last one of the day, and she promises to be entertaining, so please stick around. Bringing co-ops and mutuals together, sharing global perspectives and experience can only help us build a better, more equitable and sustainable world. When the Starmer government came to power in 2024, the Labor Party pledged to double the size of the UK cooperative and mutual economy through strategic partnerships. Removing many of the barriers to growth saw a record-breaking year for cooperatives and mutuals in the UK. The sector generated a record income of more than £179 billion, served nearly 66 million members and employed more than 1.5 million people. We know organisations in the sector survive longer, create fairer workplaces, champion equality in leadership and reinvest in the communities. And RAA is a testament to that. So today we call on the Australian government to look to the UK example, where cooperatives and mutual business models are used to deliver services at scale, and where healthy public and private partnerships can create social benefit. This is something we're excited about, and I know our CFO, Tim White, will be keen to talk about this later today. You know, perhaps we are seeing a renaissance in the mutual the mutual economy in the UK, and who better to ask than our keynote speaker. He is playing a vital leadership role in this transformation, and it's fabulous to have him here in Adelaide. Mr. Andrew Pakes is the Labor MP for Peterborough. He serves as chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Mutuals and leads the UK government's engagement with the sector as its official envoy. Andrew is a champion of cooperative housing and its potential to provide affordable, community-driven housing solutions. His work now focuses on expanding the cooperative economy, supporting businesses and communities built on mutual ownership and democratic principles. We can't wait to hear more. So please welcome Mr. Andrew Pakes.